Good afternoon, or good morning. I think it's about the crossing point. Would everybody please take their seats? There's a lot of seats all up front here, and the A seats are in the front, and then the B seats are a little bit back. Those stand-up places in the back, they don't bode well for a final grade, okay? So let's get people up here, and we're going to start what is really a very happy program, and then we're going to have an opportunity to tour our wonderful new facility. So please come on up and take a seat.
Eric, invite Dr. Bieber to join us.
Well, good afternoon, and welcome to another great day for RIT and the Rochester community. I'm Bill Destler, president of the university, and it is my pleasure to welcome you as we officially celebrate the grand opening of the RIT Clinical Health Science Center, our new home for our College of Health Sciences and Technology, as well as a brand new Rochester Regional Health Family Medicine practice. And you're going to have a chance to see all of this. I want to thank our sign language interpreters for supporting our program today. But let me begin by introducing a few people on the stage and a few other guests. Of course, our alliance partner, Dr. Eric Bieber, President and CEO, Rochester Regional Health. Eric, where'd you go? There you are. Yeah. And my personally good friend and a great friend to RIT, the Honorable Louise Slaughter, member of the U.S. House of Representatives. Louise. And Vivian Nguyen, an RIT honors student in her 5th and final year of our physician assistant program. And Dr. Daniel Ornt, Vice President of the Institute for Health Science and Technology and Dean of the College of Health Sciences and Technology here at RIT. Dan? And together, they will share what makes this new facility an asset to both the university and our community as we continue to build on the momentum of the RIT and Rochester Regional Health Alliance. Before we hear from them, I'd like to acknowledge just a few of the other elected officials and special guests here. They include members of the August family who have been such strong supporters of this new facility, Susan and John Eastwood. Would you stand up, Susan and John? There you are. And Jerry Pierce, RIT trustee, which means he's one of my bosses, also an extraordinary advocate that has helped bring the Wegman School of Health and Nutrition to RIT. Andrew Hartman and James Burns from Carestream Health. You're going to see some of their latest equipment in our new sonography laboratory. Is Andrew here and James? I know I met them earlier today, so there they are. Okay. And New York Senator, the irrepressible Joe Robach. Joe, where are you? Representing Senator Rich Funke, Alexander Barrett. Alexander, somewhere? New York State Assemblyman Peter Lawrence. Is Peter here? Somebody want to volunteer to be Peter? From the Monroe County Legislature, Josh Baruth, Justin Wilcox, and Anthony Danielle. If they're here, they can raise their hands. Thank you. And we have many other guests from our alliance partner, Rochester Regional Health, including Rob Mayo, their chief physician, and so forth. So we're just delighted to have all of these guests here. For the outstanding 45,000 square foot facility you're about to see and tour, I would like to thank HPT Architects, Welliver, the construction project's general contractor, and HBC Engineering, and they're represented by Greg Galligan, Dan Fox, Scott Hemingway, and RIT's Mark Williams. Would you please stand and be recognized? There. Now we're here today to show off the new clinical space dedicated to advancing and supporting the education of RIT students in the College of Health Sciences and Technology. And this new center is home to the Wegman School of Health and Nutrition, our physician assistant and behavioral health programs, and the diagnostic medical sonography or ultrasound program. On top of all of this, the new center will also house the Rochester Regional Health Family Medicine Practice, which will provide access to both primary and walk-in care for RIT faculty, staff, dependents, as well as primary care for our community members. This facility would simply have not been possible without the support of several of our special donors and friends. Thank you again to the August family and the August Family Foundation for your support of the building and our PA program. Thanks to the Wegman Family Charitable Foundation for the establishment of our new Wegman School of Health and Nutrition. And finally, thanks to Carestream Health for a recent donation of absolutely state-of-the-art ultrasound equipment. Thanks also to Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield for your generous support of the education and technology needs of this college. Let's give them all a hand, show our gratitude for their support. And as you can see, we have a lot to showcase and celebrate. And I'd like to begin by inviting Dr. Dan Ornt to the podium to describe in further detail the assets of this amazing facility and the plans we have to move our initiatives forward. Dan?
Thank you, Bill. Good afternoon. I'd like to add my welcome and thanks to all of you for joining us today for this momentous occasion for the College of Health Sciences and Technology and RIT, the opening of our new Clinical Health Sciences Center. I'd like to begin by telling you a little bit about the college. This is the 9th college of RIT. It was established in 2008 as one of the first initiatives of our alliance with the then Rochester General and now Rochester Regional Health. In addition to the programs that the President mentioned, we also have undergraduate programs in biomedical sciences, as well as graduate degrees in medical illustration and health systems administration. Our total student number has grown over the last 5 years from 550 to over 630 students. We are also very proud that the average placement rate for our baccalaureate programs for all of those students is over 94%. I might also mention that our 2 programs are celebrating their 20th year at RIT, the PA program and the Health Systems Administration program. This new center increases our ability to provide quality healthcare education through state-of-the-art lecture rooms, practice areas, and simulated clinical settings for physician assistant students that will give them experience responding to clinical and critical care scenarios before they actually enter the field and take care of live patients. The center also includes simulated sonography suites for ultrasound students, and we look forward to the arrival, and it's already arrived, so you'll get to see it, Carestream's cutting-edge new technology in diagnostic ultrasound. This will give an opportunity for our students to have hand-on experience before they actually enter the clinical environment. The Wegman School of Health and Nutrition has its home in the center, which includes a classroom and research laboratories that support our nutrition management degree, our new program in exercise science, and graduate level programs in the future. The center also supports research efforts in behavioral health, including our future clinical activities, enabling the development of new programs that will teach students to integrate wellness and behavioral modification into primary medical care for optimum health. We are very excited about the co-location of the Rochester Regional Family Medicine Practice, which provides a site for practice clinical education and research opportunities to improve primary care delivery and opportunities to integrate behavioral health into primary care. This integration represents a major area of importance in our healthcare system going forward. This new facility will give the college visibility to recruit students in professional programs with on-campus educational opportunities, to recruit new faculty with the added resource of on-site clinical activity and research opportunities. Additionally, the Rochester Regional Family Practice extends our alliance and our focus on education related to wellness and preventative approaches in maintaining and enhancing population health. Altogether, this center will significantly enhance RIT's delivery of education that will drive high-quality patient care, healthcare innovation, and applied biomedical research that will form the foundation for the modern healthcare systems of tomorrow. On behalf of our students and faculty in the College of Health Science and Technology, I want to express our gratitude to our partners at Rochester Regional Health for the vision that they showed in developing this practice. Also, sincere gratitude to the August family and the August Family Foundation for their support of the building and the PA program. The Wegmans Family Charitable Foundation for their founding gift for the Wegmans School, to Excellus for their generous support, and especially to RIT's senior administrative leadership, particularly Dr. Dessler, Provost Hafner, and Dr. Waters, and the Board of Trustees for their support in this very important project. And finally, I want to personally thank and recognize the many students, faculty, and staff from the College of Health Sciences and Technology for their commitment to our college. Thank you. Now it is my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce Dr. Eric Bieber, President and CEO of our alliance partner, Rochester Regional Health. Well, Dr. Bieber is new to our community. Eric and I have actually known each other for some years as we work together in Cleveland. Prior to taking the helm of Rochester Regional, Dr. Bieber acted a dual role. He was the president of University Hospital's Community Hospital West Region, while also serving as the president for the University Hospital's Accountable Care Organization. Dr. Bieber is an obstetrician, gynecologist, an accomplished surgeon, has been working in academic medicine his entire career. He also has some other interests, particularly in music, and he can be seen at many different events around our community, and I actually had a sighting at Santana over in August. So it's my distinct pleasure to welcome Dr. Bieber and look forward to his comments.
You gotta love CMAC. Where can you do Santana, Kenny Chesney, Bryan Adams all in one season? It's a lot of fun. You know, I still remember when Dan left Cleveland and headed to Rochester, and I remember thinking, it's gotta be really cold there. Little did I think that 4 years later I would be joining him here. It's a distinct honor and a pleasure to be here today. Yeah, it's a great building that we're in. Every time I walk in here, it's just, it's an amazing facility as kind of RIT is. We've got another amazing facility that hopefully many of you will have a chance to go over and tour in just a little bit that I think will be exciting, and I think will be quite pragmatic in terms of what it will do, how it will impact the staff of RIT and the community that surrounds RIT. The relationship with Rochester Regional Health and RIT goes back to 2008. I would say it was one of the founding key things that caused me to have an interest in coming here. Knew of it. One of my close friends' son-in-law is actually in the PhD sustainability program here in this building, and knew about all the great things that were going on. You know, healthcare is going through a lot of transition today. The folks that we're training, the PAs that we train, all the folks that we're bringing in, healthcare isn't going to be tomorrow what it's been. And so we're going to have to train folks to think and do things differently. And so as I contemplated the move, the possibility of working with Dan and working with the leaders here to think about designing and doing medical care differently than how we've been doing it was foundational and actually remains today a key igniter to what we're thinking about relative to the Alliance and the IP that can come out of the Alliance and the new things that we can do. The core competencies here are immense. Besides being one of the greatest computer science schools in the country with sustainability on the business side, we're finding all sorts of ways to come together and to do things differently. Wonderful, but very different core competencies between our organizations. It's been a great honor to work with Bill Dessler. We have established a great friendship and serve on each other's board. It's a great honor to be coming on to this board. And I think collectively, we're just at the beginning of what can get done. So we believe in the relationship, we believe in the Alliance, and we believe in the intellectual potential that exists across both campuses that we can bring together and do things that are very, very special together. Medicine has been very disconnected. It has been acute and episodic. We want to get to something that's different than that. I love the fact that in juxtaposition to our office is a center focused not only on training PAs and training ultrasonographers, but on nutrition and wellness. As we think about the continuum, it really is a continuum of wellness care, preventative care, acute care when it's needed, and again, the beauty of having exceptional hospitals that can take care of all of us in this community. And then the chronic care that is so debilitating for so many. But it's how we put that together and put it together differently that's going to cause us to make the progress that we need to make. Dan and I yesterday were with Dan Myers, one of our board members who is the CEO of Alseago. He brought all of the various pieces and parts of Alseago together that live in the community. There's immense power in those sorts of community relationships and how great organizations like RIT and Rochester Regional Health come together to do something very different. We absolutely believe that collectively we can get a lot more done than we can get done separately. I do want to recognize as part of the new clinic that will be over in the building that you're about to go see, there was a lot of work that was done. And I want to recognize and ask Mike Nazar to stand, Joyce Samowski, who's out in the audience. Joyce. I would ask, as mentioned, we have a number of our senior leaders here. If you all could stand along with our, most importantly, our board chair, Bob Dobies, who without Bob, I wouldn't be here, and who every single day helps me to lead a $2 billion, 16,000 human being organization. So if you all could stand. Our new family practice center is going to be led by Eric Wilcox, Dr. Wilcox. Eric has a very good first name, at least. Made it very easy for me to remember. Eric actually has been out in Bushnell's Basin, where he's had a very busy practice. He had trained out in Truro in California, and then had come back to Rochester to do both his family practice residency and then some fellowship training. And interestingly, in his fellowship, one of the things that he had focused on was different and unique microenvironments. That's what we've got to do here. We've got to do something different than what we've done. So as you walk over and see this new ambulatory facility, it's the subtle things that count. So look at the light. There's tons of natural light. Look at the wood. It's not new wood. It's wood that's come from other places and been re-resourced. The hallways that patients will be coming into, there's no computers. Those are all on the inside hallway where our staff, our nurses, our physicians, and others will work. they're going to be greeted by silence, calm, a much nicer environment from which to deliver health care. So Dr. Wilcox, if you would just stand up and be recognized. So the office officially opens October 19th. We have some of our furniture that's in there. We also have a laboratory drawing station that will be affiliated with that. And it does look great. It's wonderful to have it next to where our PAs are being trained. It's just great space. To conclude, I love the relationship. I love the potential of what we can do. I love how we're beginning to connect the dots, bring it together better in our community, leveraging the synergies in our community for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. That's great. Thank you so much, Eric, for your inspiring remarks and your personal friendship as well. It's been great to get to know you and your wife. We are so pleased to be taking our partnership to a new level with the opening of these facilities. And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce one of our region's most distinguished and tireless advocates, our extraordinary Congresswoman, the Honorable Louise Slaughter. Now, yeah, I know, yeah. Now, most, if not all of you here today know her for her outstanding leadership and her tenacious dedication and commitment to this community. Indeed, the facility we are dedicated today is actually an addition to Louise Slaughter Hall. I won't tell you what the students call this building, but what you may not be aware of is her lifelong work and interest in issues related to public health. So let me tell you a little bit about that. Congresswoman Slaughter holds a bachelor's degree in microbiology and a master's degree in public health from the University of Kentucky. In fact, she's the only microbiologist in Congress today, making her uniquely qualified to examine policies and legislations related to health care. And several of her signature legislative achievements during her 28 years in Congress are related to health issues, including the landmark Genetic Information Non-Discrimination Act, which became law in 2008 after a 14-year congressional battle. Pretty amazing. That's a true testimony to her persistence on issues that she believes in. Congresswoman Slaughter is not only one of the longest-serving women in the U.S. House, but she is also the ranking member of the Powerful Rules Committee, which means that no major piece of legislation gets to the House floor without her review. RIT and the greater Rochester community are so very fortunate to have her as our champion and as our advocate in Washington. The list of her accomplishments is long and impressive, including her successful leadership in securing the recently announced designation of Rochester as the hub of a new National Photonics Center. And she has even more recently taken it upon herself to champion an extension of the very important Perkins Loan Program, a program that impacts almost all of our local area colleges and universities and provides critical funding to students with the greatest financial need. So Louise, let me take this opportunity to thank you most sincerely and warmly for all that you do for RIT and our region. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a rousing welcome for our great Congresswoman Louise Slaughter.
Thank you very much. Listen, that's awfully nice, but isn't this a wonderful day for us? These are the kind of events that a member of Congress looks forward to and lives on the memories of. Particularly in some Rules Committee events that take place, I like to look back into my mind and think we had this wonderful thing going on in Rochester, and that someplace in this country, intelligence is really in the forefront. Anyway, please don't take that as an indictment, but draw your own conclusions. Anyway, I am so happy to be here this morning. Everything that I've seen here already is so astonishing. I think again about how blessed we are, not just to have these great facilities, education, medical, but to be in a community with families like the Augusts, the Wegmans Foundation, Excellus, and what CareStream has brought here, which is literally the state of the art. And the equipment that I saw that they have given to this institution this morning was not even possible, probably just maybe thoughts, at least a decade ago. This is a remarkable marriage here between the regional health care and RIT, and it's such a wonderful idea that I hope we'll see more of. What could be better than we are bringing major hospital situation and health care to everybody and marrying it with the people who are teaching and giving us the people who will be able to do that work. And it does, I'm glad that Bill mentioned that we are the photonic center of the world. No place else could be the photonic center, which was why we worked so hard to get that designation. We knew that was coming here. But as we look at what we're able to do here, to move ahead, and I thought what Dr. Bieber said was so important, that each institution separately is pretty wonderful, but together, that the benefits for all of us and for them will multiply. One of the most important things I think is happening here is the juxtaposition between behavioral health and physical health. We've gone far too long in this country without putting the two together. We have to understand now, with what goes on in this society all the time, that far too many people need attention for mental health and behavioral health. We're even hearing now about children with PTSD. And I worry very much, as I'm sure all of you do, about the children who lived around the Genesee Boys and Girls Club, to think that you may just go out on the street to walk to school and not be able to get home. So this is a critical part that we're doing here, to be able to recognize that, to be able to deal with that, to create a facility here that wants to deal with the whole person. So I'm so happy to be a part of it. You really, I know it sounds maudlin, but to tell you the truth, I really do live on things like this as I see us move forward in this extraordinary community we live in. We do it better, we do it earlier, and everybody benefits. What a wonderful community that is for us to live in, to bring up our children and to pass on to the future. So thank you for everything you've done to make this possible. The intellectual capacity in this room is astonishing and feels pretty good. So thank you all for letting me be a part of it. I'm so pleased, and I know that wonderful things will come from here, and I look forward to the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman. Now it is my distinct honor to introduce one of our students. Vivian Nguyen is a fifth-year student. She's part of the class of our PA program that will be the first to graduate with a master's degree. She is presently in her clinical rotations in the emergency room at Rochester Regional Health. She's interested in internal medicine practice, and Dr. Bieber learned that upstairs and put a contract in front of her face. He's a wise man. So we really look forward to your comments, Vivian. Thank you for volunteering for this activity.
Thank you, Dr. Ornt. As he said, I'm a fifth-year RIT physician assistant student, and I'm currently on my rotations at Rochester Regional right now. I'm truly honored to be here speaking in front of you. In fact, I was with a patient earlier today, and I was spending a little extra time with her, so I had to really physically sprint out of the hospital to be here, so I'm really glad to be here. I know I speak for the students of the College of Health Science and Technology when I say that we are so honored and grateful for RIT and Rochester Regional Health to have such a beautiful, state-of-the-art, and of course, innovative new building to learn in. The new classrooms, labs, and simulation spaces will be a huge advancement in allowing us to further our knowledge and hands-on skills that we will need for our future. Having the availability of the most current medical equipment, patient beds, and learning spaces is very exciting, and these resources will undoubtedly better prepare us for our rotations and careers as a whole. Additionally, having a medical practice downstairs will not only benefit the community, but will also be inspiring to us as students. that one day we will be able to provide that same level of high health care to our patients. As the need for healthcare providers continues to grow, the establishment of the Clinical Health Sciences Center will keep RIT on the forefront and take our clinical training to another level, and along with our outstanding faculty, develop what I like to think is the very best students for the job. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivian, and I think you can see why most of us who work here actually gain as much from the students as I think they gain from us, so it's pretty special to have individuals like you in our student body. Now we ask that you all remain in place while the platform party exits, but then I ask everyone to the outdoor official ribbon cutting ceremony. Okay? Where's that going to be? Out this door. Okay. This will be followed by an open house and a reception in the new center. Okay? So let us get there, and then you can all join us, and we'll officially cut the ribbon. And then please tour the new facility. It's spectacular. Thank you very much. One, two, three. Hey! Members of the August family who have been such strong supporters of this new facility, Susan and John Eastwood. Would you stand up, Susan and John? There you are. And Jerry Pierce, RIT trustee, which means he's one of my bosses, also an extraordinary advocate that has helped bring the Wegman School of Health and Nutrition to RIT. Andrew Hartman and James Burns from CareStream Health. You're going to see some of their latest equipment in our new sonography laboratory. Is Andrew here and James? I know I met them earlier today, so there they are. Okay. And New York Senator, the irrepressible Joe Robach. Joe, where are you? Representing Senator Rich Funke, Alexander Barrett. Alexander's somewhere. New York State Assemblyman Peter Lawrence. Is Peter here? Somebody want to volunteer to be Peter? From the Monroe County Legislature, Josh Baruth, Justin Wilcox, and Anthony Danielle. If they're here, they can raise their hands. Thank you. And we have many other guests from our alliance partner, Rochester Regional Health, including Rob Mayo, their chief physician, and so forth. So we're just delighted to have all of these guests here. For the outstanding 45,000 square foot facility you're about to see and tour, I would like to thank HPT Architects, Welliver, the construction project's general contractor, and HBC Engineering, and they're represented by Greg Galligan, Dan Fox, Scott Hemingway, and RIT's Mark Williams. Would you please stand and be recognized? Right there. Now we're here today. Good afternoon or good morning. I think it's about the crossing point. Would everybody please take their seats? There's a lot of seats all up front here, and the A seats are in the front, and then the B seats are a little bit back. Those stand-up places in the back, they don't bode well for a final grade, okay? So let's get people up here, and we're going to start what is really a very happy program, and then we're going to have an opportunity to tour our wonderful new facility. So please come on up and take a seat.
Eric, invite Dr. Bieber to join us.
And my personally good friend and a great friend to RIT, the Honorable Louise Slaughter, member of the U.S. House of Representatives. Louise. And Vivian Nguyen, an RIT honors student in her 5th and final year of our physician assistant program. And Dr. Daniel Ornt, Vice President of the Institute for Health Science and Technology and Dean of the College of Health Sciences and Technology here at RIT. Dan? And together, they will share what makes this new facility an asset to both the university and our community as we continue to build on the momentum of the RIT and Rochester Regional Health Alliance. Before we hear from them, I'd like to acknowledge just a few of the other elected officials and special guests here. They include well, good afternoon. And welcome to another great day for RIT and the Rochester community. I'm Bill Destler, President of the University, and it is my pleasure to welcome you as we officially celebrate the grand opening of the RIT Clinical Health Science Center, our new home for our College of Health Sciences and Technology, as well as a brand new Rochester Regional Health Family Medicine practice. And you're going to have a chance to see all of this. I want to thank our sign language interpreters for supporting our program today. But let me begin by introducing a few people on the stage and a few other guests. Of course, our alliance partner, Dr. Eric Bieber, President and CEO, Rochester Regional Health. Eric, where'd you go? Here you are. Yeah.